Alright, let's get comfortable, ladies. Let's get some popcorn. About a week ago, I had the chance to see NIALL HORAN in concert, basically front row. I was leading on the stage when I saw him. Let me tell you, this is an experience that I will never forget. The story I'm about to tell you isn't just, oh, we somehow magically, because we slept overnight, got front row at NIALL HORAN. It's not like that. About 3 days before NIALL was performing on the Today Show, my friend Amy had texted me. She's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see NIALL HORAN on the Today Show. She had won tickets through a radio station. Her and her boyfriend were going. So she was trying to help me find a way to get a ticket to the Today Show. In order to go to the Today Show, you basically have to either win a ticket or sleep overnight for GA. And even if you do go to GA, you're going to be very far, like you're not going to be close to the stage. We found this girl on Twitter. She was selling fan pass tickets because she had VIP and she also had radio tickets, so she was selling fan pass and her other radio pass tickets. I messaged this girl, slid right into her DMs, and I was like, hey, how much? So now I have 2 fan passes to go see NIALL HORAN, and I already know that Amy's going with her boyfriend, so I'm like, okay, who do I ask? The first 2 people I asked were my best friend and my boyfriend, and both of them were like, no, I'm working. Honestly, low-key, they were probably like, no, Niall's is dumb, you're annoying, I don't want to witness that. So then I thought of one of my really old friends who was madly in love with NIALL HORAN when we were in 9th grade. I just thought she would love it. This friend and I'm just gonna call her, I'm not gonna use her real name because I just don't know if she'll feel comfortable with that. Like, I could have texted her and asked her, but that's a lot of work. We will call her Rose. Like Rose from the Titanic. It's the day of, she comes over, we haven't seen each other in months, so it's very exciting. I finally get to see her after months of not seeing her, and then we head out and we take like an 8 p.m. train, get to the city by 10, and it all worked out. We get online and we are very close to the front of the line for the fan passes, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna see NIALL HORAN, like what if we meet him? I'm getting texts from my friends like saying like, are you insane? You're sleeping on the city streets for NIALL HORAN. But then again, would you guys actually expect anything else from me? Because I wouldn't. Amy got there at 4 p.m. so she had been there for hours already. Like, she was very dedicated. She was not messing around. Like, she was the first one on that line and she was not messing around. I want to say we're about like maybe the 50th, 60th people on the fan pass line, which isn't bad. We were still on the first block. And as you know, like for the Today Show, back when One Direction was big, I know the lines would wrap around blocks and blocks. It gets crowded, you know? So then about 20 minutes later, my friend Rose starts having kind of an anxiety attack. She hadn't told anybody exactly where she was gonna be, and by anybody I mean like her parents and her boyfriend. They knew she was going to the Today Show and stuff, but they thought we were staying elsewhere. They didn't know we were staying on the streets, and the guilt was eating her alive. Was freaking out and anxiety took over, and I completely understood that. A little while later, she was like, I can't do this anymore, like basically explaining what anxiety feels like. And she's like, I need to call somebody, like I need to tell somebody where I am. So she did, and that was okay. She came up to me and she's like, listen, I know you really don't want to hear this. You're gonna be like, come on, you could do this, you could get through this. Her anxiety had gotten so bad to the point she was scared she was going to pass out because it has happened in the past. So she was having her parents come and pick her up. I completely understood that she physically was not in the right mindset to be there, and I completely understood that it was not in her control. And I'm not mad at her, was not mad at her, but then I started freaking out because that meant I was going to have to stay in the city streets by myself for about 6 hours overnight. Just the thought of staying in the city streets by yourself at night is not a very comforting thought. Yes, there were other fans there, but I'm an awkward person and I do not have the confidence to go up to someone and be like, hey, I'm just gonna chill with you guys. You know, I don't really have that confidence. And then I would have had to find my way back to Penn by myself. And when I am walking through the city, I'm not the best navigator. So there's that. I started freaking out because I didn't want to be alone. You know, I'm not very good at doing that whole being by yourself and experiencing the world by yourself type of thing. I'm not good at that. So then we're both freaking out because we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? So I called my boyfriend and I was like, hey, please just come. But he physically couldn't. He had to open where he works, physically could not be there. So then I tried thinking of anybody else. Everybody I knew who usually is in the city was not in the city. So I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what am I gonna do? Now you're probably thinking, Amy was there, so why don't you go with her? Amy had a different pass than we had. We had fan passes, she had a radio pass. We called Amy up and we're like, dude, like just come talk to us. We need somebody to talk to. Like, we need to figure this out. I had called my parents and my friends were all just like, just go home with your friend's parents, like just have them take you home. And I'm just like, no, I'm here, I am not leaving. Like, I'm so close to being at a NIALL horn concert. I got here, like, I'm not leaving. Like, I just was in the mindset, like, we're here. Why am I gonna leave when we're this close? You know what I mean? Amy, Rose, and I go up to a whoever, there was like some security guard, I guess, and I'm still crying a little bit. Rose had calmed down. She was still like crying a little bit, but like not really. She's like, it's okay, like I'm gonna talk to him. So we explained the situation to him. He was like, I completely understand. He told me to stay with Amy, even though we had different passes. And he's like, if they give you a problem, tell them you talked to me. He gave us his name and was like, you should be fine, I will talk to them. So I go with Amy and I stayed with her for the rest of the night. Rose stayed with us until her parents picked her up, and that was that.
So it's 1 o'clock and I'm with Allie, and what ended up happening was left her and she had a fan pass, so now she's with me in radio. And the stage is a circle, so we actually have like full view of like what's going on right now.
For the rest of the night, it was Amy, her boyfriend, and these 3 other girls. I think there's 3 of them, there may have been 4. So it was them and us for pretty much the entire night. And at around 3 in the morning, it started downpouring, and we didn't have tents or anything. We just had umbrellas and rain jackets. So we're all sitting there cuddled up in like rain jackets with the umbrellas. Like, I was literally like in a shell. Like, I had the umbrella like over me and I'm just laying there. Downpouring. But you know, it was worth it because NIALL, at around, I want to say 5-ish, 5:30-ish, that's when everybody else with the radio passes started coming. A little after 5:30, they started handing out passes. And we made it clear to the woman who was handing out the passes that like we were there first type of thing, because everybody else showed up hours later. Meanwhile, we had been there the entire night. We started explaining the situation to the lady who was giving us the passes, but she was just kind of like, yeah, whatever, and gave us the 3 passes. Sorry, I had something on my mic. We didn't know where the line was gonna start because it was just a big crowd of people, and we were like, okay, but they have to walk us across the street and like into the place where it is. There was a security guy, I'm pretty sure he was the one who was supposed to walk us across the street. We were like, okay, listen, we have been here for this amount of time and everybody else only came here at 5. The other girls that were there with us and us, like it was a group of us, and we're just like, hey, we've been here all night, these people just got here. And he was kind of really rude about it at first. He was like,
we don't want you to do that, I don't care.
Like all this stuff, like being really rude about it. There were 2 girls that were low-key very rude. One of them was like,
I did that for Harry Styles, and when One Direction was a thing, I did that for them, and we ended up in the back. No one cares, like stop complaining.
Honey, that's a you problem. You should have talked to somebody. Then there was this other girl.
I'm gonna get front row and I didn't have to sleep overnight. Like, I'm the queen of getting to the front stage without having to stay overnight.
Okay, sorry, not all of us live in the city. I live 2 hours away from the city. So, we talked to the guy again and we're like, listen, this isn't fair. Like, these people all came here at 5:30 and we've been here the entire night. So he walks away and comes back and he's just like, oh, alright, like, listen, who was here earlier? Like, who was here overnight? And like, the group of us were like, it was us. And then people started lying and they were like, we were here all night. And I'm like, honey, you got here maybe 10 minutes ago. He takes us and he puts us in the front of the line. They walk us across the street, they check our bags. Security, very important, very vital. And somehow Amy, Travis, and I had ended up, like, this is the barrier, this is us. And then on the other side of the barrier were like the Marine people, the military people, and then it was the stage and we're just like,
We're like, hey, where we are, look at that. We're right now.
I don't know what to do, she didn't know what to do. We're just like we thought like it wasn't gonna get any better than that. We were very okay with that. But they had plastic up. We didn't realize that they were just doing sound check. I mean, we kind of figured, but we weren't sure. And NIALL went on stage and did sound check with the plastic up, and we're like,
if they keep that plastic up when they do the actual show, I'm gonna be so angry. Like, I spent my entire night to watch a piece of plastic.
Like, come on, man. Everybody was freaking out and they were like, take the plastic down, take the plastic down. the actual show started, without any warning, a bunch of people just went and knocked down the plastic. Then there was this one guy who went over to the barricade and moved it over so that people could fill in to like that open area where the military people were. There was this one 40-year-old woman who would not let Amy and I and her boyfriend through. She had her arm like, she was blocking us, and just letting her family through. Are you kidding me? So then Amy goes under this woman's arm. She literally just like crawls under her arm and gets in. And then the guy who had opened the barricade was like, no, that's enough, that's it, that's all that's going in. And Travis, Amy's boyfriend, was like, yeah, I don't think so, that's my girlfriend. And then the two of us just like pushed our way through and we're just like, yeah, no, I don't think so. And then Amy, when she got in, ran to the front of the stage and there was just a clear path, like it wasn't even crowded, and I just like ran right up to her. And then we had a moment where we were like, is this real life?
So me and Allie ended up getting right up to the stage. We're literally right there, right next to the drummer. And Niall's gonna be right there. How lucky are we? So happy.
We were leaning on the stage. It was a back view of the stage, but we were leaning on the stage. Band members came out. Then Niall came out. I cried just a little bit. He was feet away from me and I'm just like, this is the man that I have loved for so many years and he's just so close to me, and I'm just like, ah. Niall sang Slow Hands before they started filming, so that's when I was crying, because like he just came out and he was singing Slow Hands and I was just like Niall did turn around and interact with the back people a lot, which was good. Apparently Harry didn't do that. After he sang Slow Hands, I was like, Allie, you need to get your life together. I'm actually in the back of some pictures of Niall, so I'm basically famous now. Just saying. I composed myself and I'm still crying like a little bit, but like, I got my shit together, you know? He played. Amy got some really nice videos. So any high quality videos or pictures that get put in this video, those are from Amy.
Yeah, I want your baby. Slow hands, like sweat dripping out our dirty laundry. No chance. There are highways and byways to be there with you. Them butterflies, they come alive when I'm next to you. Over and over, the only truth.
I love you.
Rest in peace me, like I'm never gonna be that close to any of the One Direction members ever again. So then after that happened, Travis and Amy brought me to Penn and I took the train back by myself. Would I ever sleep on the streets again for an artist? I want to say no, but like if Harry Styles ever did that again, why am I gonna lie to myself? I would do that for Harry Styles in a heartbeat. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was eventful, it was an experience. The fact that we got that close, that didn't happen on purpose, and that didn't happen because we slept on the streets. We probably could have shown up at 5 o'clock in the morning and gotten in the very same spot. I apologize, this is a very long video. I just really wanted to talk about my experience with Niall Horan. If any of you guys are still watching this, just give this a thumbs up. God bless. Like, I don't even think I'd still be watching this. This is just me rambling about Niall Horan. Like, who's gonna watch this? No one. No one's gonna watch this. But if you are, and you got to this point, please do me a favor and just thumbs it up. Maybe subscribe to my channel because I am going to be more active, because I really do miss making YouTube videos. I used to do it all the time and now I'm just living life, just trying to like exist and get through life. If you're a fan of Niall Horan, share this on your social medias. Who knows, maybe Niall Horan will see this, because I know we did make eye contact and he did see me crying, so maybe he could see me not crying. Alright, I'll see you guys whenever. Bye. How do I end this? I don't remember how to end YouTube videos. I'm too awkward for this.